You just have to play Taz perfect every round.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Alright, so the man of the hour here. So, let's see, where do we begin? First, encourage everyone here to, wait, hold on, let me make it bigger here real quick. I'm a little bit disgusted right now that this is like so low right here. So yeah, I encourage anyone who enjoyed this to definitely donate. That'd be really cool. I plan to donate right now because I know when to appreciate fine work. Throw it over here. Also encourage everyone to follow quite a few Twitters here. You guys want to plug yourselves here on the Twitters?
Oh no, I lost my meter requiem.
Definitely want to follow Nahoc and
Meter requiem.
Sonic Packer, MK Dasher is the last one.
Sonic Packer. Who I'm apparently not following.
You can also like them on Facebook.
You can link that if you want to. There was one more link. Oh, in general here, like, go ahead and like view here. Let's inflate the view count of this glorious task. I don't know how we can get it in one day, but you know, typically YouTube glitches out and keeps it at 302. But I can't wait to see like how many thousands will be at after the first 24 hours and this glitch is like done recovering or whatever. Yeah, donate. I'm about to donate right now. So if you guys have any questions for the great Nahoc, feel free to blow him up in chat here now. I'm sure he's eager to.
Yeah, I can answer everything.
Well, first, you were kind of talking about it earlier, but can you detail what your plans are from here, task-wise?
Yeah, sure. I'm working on Banjo-Kazooie, any percent, TS, with a bunch of people, and also I'll do some Super Monkey Ball tazing. And that's pretty much it. I don't have much time for tazing anymore, so that's why I was so happy that the 120 stars was done. So I'll see what I can do.
Let's see here. So why Banjo-Kazooie? Is that like it's because most of the team's moving on with that?
Yeah, I mean, Sonic Packer and Kaiman are a huge fan of Banjo-Kazooie, and it you know, the physics are pretty much like Super Mario 64, like how to optimize your angles and stuff like that. It's pretty much the same thing, so it will be like, I think we will be a good team to work on that, I guess.
Sounds good, dude. I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely, man. Are there any like? Is there anything you can reveal so far about the preliminary work for Banjo-Kazooie?
We're done with Spiral Mountain and moving on to Mumbo. Not much has been done, but we contacted a guy who gave us a script, memory hacking scripts, so like it makes Banjo travel in a straight line. You just input, you know, the two position you want to travel, and Banjo, the program does all the work to make Banjo travel in a straight line. So this is pretty nice, and it will help a lot.
So wait, so it's pretty difficult to get Banjo to travel in a straight line perfectly?
Well, yeah, like Super Mario 64, you have to, you have to hold the analog stick in a different position because the camera turns around and shit. So you have to max out your angle every time. So this is you have to basically update every frame your angle. So it's pretty tedious to do and takes a while. So yeah, it will save a lot of time, a lot of work.
Sounds cool, man.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Let's see, what other question is going on here?
Well, did you enjoy it?
Oh, dude, did I enjoy it? Like,
No, it was terrible.
like, no, yeah, dude, absolutely amazing. Was blown away. You missed the when did you join the stream? Around what star?
About SSL 100.
Yeah, dude, I was giggling like a little pig. Let me think here. Like non-stop, but like I especially loved Bob on Battlefield. Like, when you fly around for the 100 coin. Okay, my favorite one is probably, I'm gonna call it now. My favorite star is 100 coin, and well, if I can be hipster and not pick something from Rainbow Cruise, or is it Rainbow Cruise or Rainbow Ride?
Rainbow Ride.
Rainbow Ride.
I'm saying Rainbow Cruise. I'm thinking Smash here. Yeah, my favorite star, aside, if we exclude that course, fucking 100 coin and Bob on Battlefield.
Alright, so you gonna come get that money today?
What about you guys? Which was your favorite star?
Well, my personal favorite is well, I think it's the whole GRB stage with the metal cap. We saved so much time in that stage. Actually, if you guys want a list of all the star times and how many time was saved on each and every star, I can link you to it.
Dude, would love to see
It's
that.
on the TAS video submission.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I believe the ID is 3772S.
So yeah, here you can see that Rainbow Ride is the stage we saved the most time on, over Riku.
I think my favorite star was Bowser in the Dark World. The red coins.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yo.
Somebody in the chat is asking what was the hardest star to do. I'll name a few. Express elevator in Wet Dry World. That took us at least 3 days, I think. Also, tricky triangles was pretty hard. But the star that took the most time is Quick Race through downtown in Wet Dry World. You know, the star with the water and the gate clip and everything. That took us about, I think, 50k re-records on that star alone. So that was crazy to optimize.
Bowser in the Dark World is the first Bowser, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire to the second sky is the last one.
Alright, here's a cool question. Let's see here. Were there any faster routes you didn't put in for slower swag routes?
No, I mean, people might think the THI 100 was slower or something like that. No, we didn't waste any frame, like no speed entertainment trade-off or anything like that. We did everything as fast as possible. Of course, there are little parts where you have to wait, and we did a little bit of free running or something like that. But no, we didn't. We used all the best routes for this.
The best known routes at the time, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that one. That's gonna be crazy.
I don't know if the Japanese will ever finish their improved version, but I hope so.
So, is there anything? What do I want to ask here? Was there anything useless but really cool looking that you discovered during the production that never gets used? But
well, actually, I think every single trick in this game is pretty useful. Like you've seen the Death Star skip and the Turtle Mario and stuff like that. So we did find some weird death glitches, like dying from, I don't know, getting squeezed in two different polygons and stuff like that. But no, we didn't really find some pretty cool tricks that weren't used.
Can you tell me more about that the monkey tall mountain star grab? Like
yeah. Basically, when it was first discovered in 2008 by Hunter Barr. He basically just posted a video of him collecting the 100 coins from a bomb in TTM, like right before, you know, hitting the bottom of the map. And we figured out like you could, you know, collect the star while dying and skip the animation after that. So Eru, which is a Japanese TAS'er, he came up with the idea for Monkey Star, and yeah, you can see it on the screen right now. And it saved, I think, like 3 seconds overall. Like most of the tricks don't save much, but they look so cool that you can't skip them. You have to do them. So yeah, this is pretty hardcore. And we could also put it out in HMC red coins, but since you have to, you know, pair the 100 coins with the red coins, you can't collect both stars while dying, so it was useless. So yeah, I guess that's it. One of the tricks we didn't implement in the run that could be useful, but other than that, we were also able to do it in warm spot rest, but again, it wasn't worth it because you have to pair the red coins with the 100 coins. But yeah, it looks really, really cool, and I was so impressed when I first saw it.
Alright, here's another cool question. For the 100 coin slash shooting across the rainbow star in Rainbow Ride, I noticed the stars are really close to each other. Is it physically possible to collect 2 stars at once? Does the game crash if it's possible, or?
Yeah, it's not possible. At least I don't know on console. Some guy told me that on console it just crashes, but on emulator you can't even like hit both stars. The game won't allow you to do it. I don't know if it's some kind of prevention or anything, but no, you can't. Obviously we tried it, but you can't. So you have to wait. But yeah, same goes for red coins, animation skips and stuff like that. You have a 4 frames margin. I don't know if somebody told you or anything, but yeah, you have a 4 frame margin to like hit another animation. So in this case, you hit both the box and the 100 coins together, and the game trigger both animation at the same time.
Is there a reason behind the? Is there any meaning to the fact that it has to be a 4 frame gap?
I don't know exactly if there's a meaning to it, but yeah, it's pretty useful for us.
Dude, so
yeah,
awesome.
that star right there, tricky triangles. The side BLJ is like fucking crazy to optimize. It took us about 30k records for that. So yeah, when you think about it, it's pretty crazy, like the ratio of time spent on a star and the number of re-records. Like you spend about fucking 50k re-records on 20 seconds, and it's about like, I don't know, 50 re-records per frame. It's pretty crazy.
All right, so give me a ballpark on the production here. Like when it came to okay, we're gonna assemble a team and we're gonna make a task and it's actually gonna happen for real. The groundwork was like did we start from scratch and like we have all the reference material from all the other abandoned attempted new 120 star tasks, did we base our route off of an existing whip, or did we completely start over and come up with a completely new route here?
Okay, so here's the deal. Anyone that started a whip back in the days, they would like, you know, use the most optimized route and stuff like that. So, but as soon as you get like 15 stars in, you have to expect that somebody would find a better route or save a frame on a previous star or anything. So on most other TAS'ers, what people do are, you know, go ahead, TAS from A to C, not going back, and if there are known improvements found in the meantime, they will do it in, you know, version 2 or an improved version afterwards. But the Japanese just threw all of that out of the window, you know, and they just said, we want a perfect TS, and if we have to go back on star on, like, I know, 50 stars in, if we have to go back on star number 1, we will do it. And at first it seems like a okay idea. I mean, yeah, you want a perfect TOS and stuff like that, but in an hour and 20 minutes long video, going back and redoing everything is a lot of work, you know. So me, Sonic Packer, and TAS'er, we decided to, like, you know, do a compromise between perfect optimization and just good looking video. So yeah, of course we lost, like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 seconds in the entire video, but at least it came out, you know. We didn't want to make people wait any longer. Yeah, I mean, it's been 5 years in the last publication, so of course we did a compromise between speed and everything. So yeah, there are no improvements, and we also find improvements while doing it that, you know, couldn't be done because of the lock or, you know, manipulation and everything. So I hope someone or a team of people do an improved version to this, but I think this looks good enough for now, and I'm glad we could improve by so much the previous movie.
I just want to throw in that there's a massive amount of people TASing SM64,
Yeah,
so improvements, they've slowed down, but they still come really quickly.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Like, you can't do 120 star TS in like 2 months or, you know, 3 months. You have to, like, plan ahead a year or 2 years of work. So you have to expect improvements to be found in that period of time, since so many people are playing, you know, non-TAS and TAS. So yeah, like you said, you have to expect improvements, and still to this day people are still finding stuff like the new 0-star run that came out and stuff like that. So yeah, you just have to go ahead and erase all those improvements to your mind and just don't feel guilty. Just go ahead and finish what you have done so far, and that's pretty hard to do when you want all the frames to be saved.
Oh, here's a fun question. In the TAS community, are there any plans to attempt a 70-star TAS to this level of optimization?
Well, there is one out. It's pretty recent. You can check it out on TS videos. Let me link you to it.
All that TAS love right now, y'all. Also, shout outs to everyone who did donate. I can't really check the chipping because, like, the thing's all, like, laggy and wonky. But if you did donate, you are the fucking man. No doubt.
Yo, you know what's on Ziploc?
It's up to 35.
Well, it's okay. Still love you guys, but
Yeah, I mean, at first we weren't even, like, thinking about putting up a donation box. Just some guy came up to me and said, "Yo, I want to donate," so I put up a box, but really don't bother, like, promoting it or anything. It's the main goal was to entertain you guys, and that's what we want. Obviously, like, we put a lot of hours into this, but we were not looking for money or anything.
Alright, so here's another cool question. Alright, so the task team. How many members total were on the team?
Well, you know, the way TSvideos.org works, you have to, if you want to be an author to the run, you have to have inputs, you know, in the run. So like people like Jesus or Jesus, that's a cool name. Jesus or Gorgoro or TAS'er, those guys have like 1 star that they did. Like Jesus did the Rainbow Ride of Red Coins, and TAS'er did Vanish Cap under the mode. So those guys are like have, you know, 1 star done, but they are still others. I can say that others, old authors. Yeah, that's it. So like I'd say we are a team of, I don't know, maybe 30 to 40 people that worked actively on this. Also, we have a lot of special thanks to people like, you know, SM64 Speedrunner, even if they don't have any input or anything. But I'd say 30 to 40 people worked actively on this through the years.
All right, and how was it? How'd y'all decide on who would do what star? Like,
oh yeah, well, you know, at first it depends on the free time you have. So, you know, I'm in university and Sonic Backer too, so you have to like know what you're good at and what you're bad at. So I know on side BLJs I'm pretty much the worst on the team at the side BLJs. So Sonic Backer will do them, and I will do the 100 coin star like I did HMC, Red Dry World, Rainbow Ride. Well, I mean, the BBH, they help a lot, but I mean, I've done most of it, so because, I don't know, I like to think of creative routes and stuff like that, so, but of course, we were always, like, you know, checking each other's work, and if someone wants to claim the star, of course we won't, like, just let him go and do it all by himself. We'll always revise his work and look for improvements. So yeah, we were just like, you know, claiming stars and depending on the free time you have.
and tell me, okay, so you said there were some Japanese runners who were
Yes.
Okay, how difficult was the language barrier?
Excessively difficult. Yeah. Because you have to think about it. The Japanese guys. Okay, here's the deal. The Japanese guys, they are a pretty close community. Like, at first they wanted to, you know, exclude us from the TS because they wanted to be an all Japanese TS, which I think personally is pretty stupid. But anyway, and also, you know, when they were working on their run, there were plenty of stuff that they didn't release on YouTube or Nico Video because they wanted that, you know, that wow factor, like that freshness and everything. So, and that's why they kept going back and everything to do it like the most perfect run and release all the tricks in one big 120 star videos. But we think it's stupid because you don't have any feedback from the crowd, and you know, people like you guys, regular, you know, viewers. Very often I collect ideas from, you know, just average viewers, and sometimes they have pretty good ideas. So it's always good, I think, to have feedback from the crowd, and in case you missed something or you didn't think about something. So yeah, the Japanese guys didn't want to do that. They just wanted to keep it secret until the release. But since it was taking like forever, you know, and they were all going back, we decided to just do our own run. But still, we didn't want to, you know, redo what they had already done. So of course we used some of their inputs with permissions, of course, and just, you know, hex the stars in. But talking with Japanese, their English isn't really good, and you know, they're always like, they always want to keep it secret and everything. So it was pretty hard to deal with them, and I hope they're not too mad that we were released the 120 star TS with no improvements and stuff, but we just couldn't wait any longer. So I guess it's a fair compromise, and also, of course, we give proper credits to them, and people like Mickey, Eru, Snark, those guys are awesome, and I think they deserve much more recognition.
I just want to take a quick second to go back to something that you said. where you take ideas from the viewers. I think it's always good when you're tasking to have someone who knows very little about the game, because the less questions that you just don't ask when you know how the game works.
You are totally right. I totally agree because I've done other TS in the past, like Community on Twist 1 and 2, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, Kirby, and most of the game I task, I don't know anything about those games. Like I've worked with, you probably know him, Alec Hermit. He's a Community on Twist 2 a speedrunner, and working with speedrunners is always the best thing, I think, because when a speedrunner have so many ideas that he can't pull off because he's playing in real time and shit, and he's like, oh yeah, you should totally try this. I've always wanted to make this work, but I couldn't do it. And since you don't know anything about the game, you're like, oh yeah, this looks possible. And having a third eye view on a game like Super Mario 64 is pretty nice. This is funny, but I always ask my sister. I show her a star that I've done and ask her, like, do you think like this looks like good? And she's like, well, couldn't you like just skip that wall or something? And I'm like, yo, are you stupid? You can't skip that wall. And when I come back to it and I figure out, yeah, you can like skip that wall or whatever. And yeah, having a third eye view on something is always pretty nice, because when you play the game too much, you assume some things are just impossible because you play the game so much, and you figure out, well, maybe if I try hard enough, I can pull it off. And yeah, usually you can. So yeah, like some guy came up to me for a big booze hunt, 100 coins, and it was like, yo, don't you think you can like skip the animation for like the star and the boo? And I was like, dude, no, of course you can't. And I went back actually during the 120 star TS, and I've tried it like for 3 hours, and finally I pulled it off. And I was really happy that he mentioned that to me and gave me this idea to try.
No, wait, rewind back here. So wait, you to skip that boo animation, you tried it for, you said 400 times?
No, I said I've tried for three hours. Dude, I can't speak. 3 hours, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's still crazy.
Because you have to manipulate the last boo position to be close to the star spawning point. So that was pretty hard to do, but I figured out in the end how to do it.
Okay, so the star just played here, the 100 coin up on Battlefield. At one point you're flying and you clip through that door or that gate. Can you explain how the clipping through walls works?
Too much speed.
Some walls can be, yeah. It just depends on speed. Some walls have 400 speed limits. Some walls have 1,200 speed limits. Some walls have just 30 speed limits. It always depends on the texture and the wall and everything. So like the gate, the behind the chainsaw gate, you can skip it with just a bomb throw or anything like that. So yeah, it just depends on each and every wall. You have some minute. Like I don't know if you can go back to that point in Teeny Huge Island when we do the tip top of the Huge Island star. We side BLJ on the hill and just clip the wall. I don't know if you can forward to that. Like that wall, for instance, has a minus 400 speed limit, but we have to reach minus 399.99 speed, like to barely not clip it. But because if you have 400, we'll clip it too soon, But that other part of the wall has a minus 150 speed limit, so you can you don't want to clip too soon because it will hit the water, but you can clip later on. So you have to watch your speed with a memory hacking software tool to always know what's the speed limit you need to reach each and every time. Like right there, you can see a glitchy wall kick and everything. So yeah, there are a lot of new tricks in this one.
Okay, well, let's talk math here. All right, so because you're, I know one thing that's a huge advantage for TAS'ers is that you guys have access to the game memory. So you have access to a direct quote-unquote speedometer, so you know how fast Mario's traveling on a per-pixel basis, correct?
Correct, okay.
So, tell me, what is Mario's normal running speed, and then what is the average BLJ backwards moonwalking speed?
Okay, sure. The speed is monitored by, it's like speed, how do you say that? It's like speed per frame, So if the maximal running speed for Mario is 48, and long jumps, forward long jumps can reach, like, depending on how long they last, they can reach, like, 55, 56, and a dive, same thing. Also slide kicks and quick jump kicks, those keep momentums, and they always add to your speed, so you can, like, increase them infinitely, I guess. Also first frame wall kicks can keep the speed, and you can always make that exponential and always go up. But an average BLJ is like that. Like I said, that BLJ is minus 400, and BLJs like endless stair BLJs are like minus 600. But most of the time you can reach more speed, but too much speed is not too good, because you can turn, or you can't, like, you always go too fast. So you have to always have the good amount of speed. Like, you want the most possible, but not too much. So yeah, and crawling speed is too speedy.
Yeah, like, if there was a massive straightaway with a hill that you couldn't clip through, you could theoretically get infinite speed with the BLJ.
Yeah, correct, yeah. Like in Bubble Battlefield, if you BLJ off the elevator, you can, like, just exit the map. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but you reach, I think, minus 25 billion speed, and you can just, like, get out of the map. So yeah, you can reach pretty much infinite speed.
I saw one of those for Wet Dry World, I think it was.
Yeah, correct. You can also do it. Yeah, exactly, and BBH also.
Okay, so in the TAS, what is the fastest traveling BLJ used?
I think it's the when you go upstairs, there's a side BLJ, and it reaches about, I think, 1,200 speed. But once again, you don't want to reach too much. Like that BLJ, that side BLJ is pretty tricky, because you want to go through the first wall of the spiral staircase, but not through a second wall, because you want to get into THI. So we don't, like, always get the maximum possible speed.
Cool. Okay. Tell me about navigating the castle. Like, how extensive was it figuring out how to BLJ to every course from every room?
Like, if you take upstairs, for example, you have, in this stage, for Snowman's Land, you have stairs at the entrance, and also THI, you have stairs. So basically, and, Wet Dry World, TTM, and those stages don't have stairs or anything close to them. So basically, we had to think, how many doors can we skip, because Snowman's Land and THI both have doors to do them, and we hate doors, So what we want to do is figure out which stage to visit first, so we can exit it via side BLJ to skip a door, and then, yeah, you have to figure out all this in your head, because HMC, for example, has a door, but since the rabbit is closed, you can skip the door with the rabbit, and it saves like 15 frames. So you have to figure out which stage you have to do first, and a lot of research went into this, because, like I said, you could also jump out after that to DDD Collected Caps star, the star that we just jumped over the boundaries of the stage. That star would be faster if done with the Vanish cap, but since we don't want to, revisit the stage, we have to do it capless. But yeah, you have to plan this out very carefully, because you don't want to visit a stage 2 times, or have a door opening animation. So yeah, a lot of work went into this, and I think it's the most perfect aspect of the TS. It's the route planning. Also, some stars you can't do some stars in first, and also pairing the 100 coin stars with the proper stars and stuff. It's a lot of planning.
Yeah, I can tell it's extensive. So, I'm sorry, you had something late?
Yeah, speaking of which, the castle movement is just amazing. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you, thank you.
Alright, so right here, when you exit Lethal Lava Land and you go into the Vanish Cap Secret Star here, I'm actually, not that I'm let down in any form, let me not say there's nothing negative to say about this run here, but I was a little bit surprised that there was no BLJ or clippy clip method to get to the Vanish Cap entrance. Did you guys play around and try a bunch of dumb shit out and ultimately nothing works out?
Could you be a bit more precise, like what part you're talking about?
Let me see here, like when you're in the basement here, is there like there was nowhere at all to be able to trigger a BLJ to clip through this room here?
Well, you have three types of BLJ. You know, you have low ceilings BLJs, just uphill BLJs, and side BLJs. In the basement, the only side BLJ location you have is the stairs. So like the stairs close to the 30 star door and the stairs in HMC. So we use the stair of HMC to get into SSL, Shifting Sandman, and after that, when we do Little Lava Land, we don't have any, close location to the side BLJ, and even with that, you'd have to swim through all the water and everything. So we tried to improve this part, but the fastest way is to use the rabbit to clip the door and just get into Vanish Cap stage.
Wow, I didn't even notice that until you said that. I was like, why is he carrying the rabbit for? And of course, obviously now I'm just to skip opening the door because fuck doors.
Yeah, and people assume I'm not blaming you or anything, but yeah, people assume like you can just BLJ out of everything, but you need stairs or low ceiling or something like that.
You need something to get stuck on, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this part is my favorite. GLB is my favorite stage. I'm glad we decided to use an L cap for it because it saves so much time.
Yeah, this was the highest profiting stage, correct?
It's after Rainbow Ride because of the carpet, but yeah, it's the second most improved stage.
Yeah, the carpet alone saved like a minute, right?
Yeah, a minute and 10 seconds, I think.
Okay, so I had a question. I just forgot it now. Give me 1 second to remember it. Oh, the glitched wall jumps. Can you explain how those were discovered?
Oh yeah, I've tried earlier, but no, I can't explain it. You have to take so many factors in consideration. I don't think I can explain it that well.
Magic. We'll roll with that.
I just can't. I can say you can't glitchy wall kick out of every wall. Like you've seen the TTM climbing, like the glitchy wall kicks all the way up to the start.
Yes.
That shit that's the only kind of wall you can do that because they aren't perfectly 90 degrees angle. They're like 89.99 degrees, so you can like just the game thinks you can wall kick on both of them with a 45 degrees angle. So like it allows you to wall kick again and again and again until you're up. That's really precise, and obviously it's not possible on console or anything like that.
I'm trying to think here. I'm sorry. I have questions. I just keep. It's difficult to retain them like between like talking to you. But
don't feel mad. Don't feel bad or anything. I know you don't know much about the game, so I will do the same if it was Yoshi's Island 2 or anything. So don't feel bad or anything.
Well, dude, let me take a minute here to, dude. I'm so thankful you decided to come talk, dude. Like this interview is like. Shout outs to everyone now who's enjoying this interview and getting some much, I wouldn't say much needed, but like much wanted insight on this run. it's really cool to have you here.
Oh well, thank you for having me. I know when you don't play, well, when you don't test Super Mario 64, some things can look like a bit crazy, but yeah, it's fun to have an insight, I guess. So yeah, also just want to point out, people might think that the record number is made up or like, you know, just a joke or anything, but no, it's really 2,100,000 new records. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, because you guys added up like all the re-records you could for each individual star, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not, it is a made up number, but it's fairly accurate, if I can say. We also took into consideration like all the previous whips, work in progress, and all the individual stars and everything. Also, I've seen someone ask if Siglenik could use any of those strats in his run. I've thought about it. I mean, most of them are obviously not doable, but I think the how'd you call that? The, you know, that wind cap stage upstairs right before TTC, that castle secret star. I think Siglenik might be able to pull it off, but other than that, I don't think he can use any of the routes in this, especially the BLJ routes.
That's interesting. Let me go back and rewatch the. You're talking about the one with like the pink cannons and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the clouds and everything. But even that, I don't think it's possible to do on console.
What was the most exciting time saver you found? Well, like, not necessarily the biggest time saver, but when you discovered it, you were like, holy shit, I can't believe we saved that much time?
Oh man, let's see. Well, I can say THI 100, I was disappointed. I thought we would save more with the Turtle Mario trick and everything, but since it's so long to set up and stuff like that, and the route is a bit tricky too, but I was glad we could pull it off, but I was disappointed with the time save. About the most exciting star, I think at first DDD 100, we were really happy to find hyperspeed wall kick strats for that, but the best part I think are the Bowser stages with the red coins, like Bowser 1, 2, 3. Those stars, we were really happy to find some sick BLJ strats and everything. I think those stars looks the best too. They are definitely highlights.
The biggest improvement, Mujacho, was Big House in the Sky in Rainbow Ride.
I think also the most hard part of the run was to the luck manipulation. I'm glad. Shoutouts to David MK-Dasher. That guy was. I was so happy he joined the team because he's really smart when it comes to luck manipulation, and he figured out a Lua script for Newton, and he figured out all the RNG and stuff like that. So all the good Goomba and coins manipulation all goes to him, and all the TikTok clock stars. I mean, look at all the randomness in this stage, and all the coins falling on and everything. So shouts to him to figure out all that stuff. It was definitely what pulled us back was all the RNG, and if it wasn't, if he wouldn't have been there, I think the run wouldn't be completed.
Oh, here's a cool question. Okay, so Was there a strategy that y'all had thought of that you wanted to try but couldn't do because of memory limitations? Like I'm particularly looking at the 100 coin Snowman's Land. Like
yes, yeah, about that story. Yeah, I know most people would think, why didn't you like clone more money bags or anything? There are two main reasons to that. First of all, yeah, it does lag like hell. I think you guys have seen a bit. And second of all, there's a rule in Super Mario 64: you can't collect more than one coin per frame. So let's say you have a bunch, like 15 different coins in the same location, you will still have to wait 15 frames to collect them all, you know? So that part, we figured out it was better to just go ahead, collect a lot of coins that were close together, like in the igloo and stuff like that. Also collect all the red coins because we are pairing it with the 100 coins. But even then, all the cloning and manipulation afterwards, because you know you have speedrunners will know when you kill a money bag, the coins won't stay still. They will always, you know, scatter all around the place and everything. So manipulating those coins, again, thanks to David for doing that, was a total bitch. And it was best to, you know, collect some coins and clone some of them too. I think it was the best setup we could come up with. Good, and back to your question, were there strats we couldn't do because of memory limitation? No, I think we have done all the strats we had in mind, and pretty much, yeah, I think we didn't have any limitation.
So okay, you just mentioned that you can only collect one coin per frame. So yes. What happens if two coins are within your possession? Like your pixel collision could pick them both up, but you. Am I asking this question correctly? Like if you could.
Well, the main issue there is that, you know, like I said, the coin won't stay still. Like they will, you know, go all around the place. So you can't just, like, you know, clone 78 money bags and just kill them all. Also, you can't kill more than one enemy at the same on the same frame. So like we will see it in the stream, but we decided to clone 2 extra money bags instead of just cloning a bunch and go at it. Also, you know, it takes about, I don't know, half a second to clone a money bag, so you don't want to clone too much. So look at this coin manipulation. It's really, really good. It might not look like it, but it's fucking awesome. So, oh, I have a good question in the chat. How did you collaborate this? Like, what did you say? Okay, basically what we did is work on Skype, me, David, and Sonic Packer, and just share the file. You have one main M64 file, which is an input file for Mutant 64 emulator, and you just share it, like, and watch what the other guy has done. And if you want to add more inputs, you do it, and just, you know, exchange the main M64 and exchange a file. You can't, like, work on it 2 people at the same time on the same input file, so you have to just wait for the other guy to finish it. But in the meantime, you can do some testing or stuff like that, do route planning or anything like that.
Alright, here's a depressing question. What was the most negative time during production? Was there ever a point where you actually considered giving up, like the other task teams did?
You know, I've been playing tazing Super Mario 64 since 6 years, and of course there were plenty of times where it's just depressing, because especially at first we were thinking about, you know, working 30 people at the same time on the file, but, you know, just waiting for others to finish their parts, or, you know, always the Japanese going back and everything. So yeah, it was depressing. When we were about 30 stars in, we hit a huge I don't know how to say that in English, but a down part. Because in Worms Fortress, yeah, a block, yeah. In Worms Fortress, you have that part with the thwomp, the blue thwomp. You have to jump over him and anything. It's not relevant, but we were losing 10 frames in Worms Fortress compared to the Japanese whip, and we were about 30 stars in, and we were like, should we go back and everything to improve it? And it's really hard because Sonic Packer, that guy, he worked on the zero star TS, and he's a huge optimizer. Like he loves to save frames, and each and every time you lose a frame, he goes fucking mad and wants to destroy everything in sight. So having to lose frames is a huge deal to us, and especially when you can't save it, but because of the luck, you are not able to, So yeah, that part with the blue one, that's what it wasn't in a good position and everything. So we thought about giving up at that point, and also we have a lot of pressure from the Japanese because they always say like, we want something perfect, but thanks to you guys, the viewers, and all the SM64 community, we were able to keep up and stay motivated. Also, when we were doing quick race through downtown, Molotov was working really hard on that star, and we wait for him. I think it took 2 weeks for him to finish it, and at that point we wanted to release it before Christmas and everything, and we were like, dude, Molotov, hurry up. And it's a lot of pressure because people are waiting for you to like release it as soon as possible, and you're like, but I want to make it perfect, and it's hard to make. Even saving one frame can take you like fucking 2 days, so it's a lot of pressure. But we were able to stay motivated and keep it up. Also, we have a lot of free time on our hands, so we were able to pull it off, and I'm glad we were able to.
So you got a really cool question right here. Who got the final star, and what was their reaction to actually finish the task, if you happen to know?
Okay, I see. Well, here's a little side story. TAS'er was keeping this Excel file with all the star times and improvements over Riku, and as as we were going through the run, we were, like you guys, betting on what would be the final time. And when I first started, I think it would be like 129, and I was thinking, wow, that would be crazy if we could get like sub 130. I wasn't expecting that much time saved. And as we went through the run, closer to the TTC and Rainbow Ride, we pretty much knew what the final time would be. Like it wasn't a surprise to us. But when we finally finished and got 120 stars in 120. We thought that was pretty cool, and we were really happy with the final time. And oh man, it was such a relief to finally release it and get it on YouTube, and so everyone can see. And keeping the final time secret was pretty hard. Everyone kept asking, what is the final time and everything, and yeah, it was hard to keep it as a secret. But I'm glad we had such a low time, and I'm sure sub 120 is possible in the next few years.
Yeah, I heard a bunch of crazy guesses. People were expecting like sub hour, and I'm just like, what are you high right now, or like?
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. People think Riku Taz was really bad, but think about in 2007 this was godlike, And yeah, people thought we could save like 30 minutes off of it, but I mean, it's not that bad. It's just the routes are, it changed since 5 years.
Alright, so got a cool question here. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find your video now about it.
I have one. Did personalities between the group members ever conflict or cause issues? Any drama during their work? That's a really good question. Let's just put it that way. You know how people on YouTube can make money off of the ads and on Twitch and everything, and of course it feels rewarding when you have money for speedrunning or tazing or everything, and it's fun to see like all those hours not going to waste and have a little bit of money off of it. But I don't think it's significant enough for us to fight over. Like, I know when it came the question like who will upload the run, because we only wanted one copy of the run on YouTube, and it was like between me, David, and Sonic Packer, and we had to decide who would host the run. So that did cause a lot of drama between us because, well, you know, everyone wants the subscribers and everyone wants the views, and not that we are like whores or anything, but we want some recognition and everything. So we decided to give it to Sonic Packer, and it didn't cause too much drama, but it's hard to say. It's just a game after all, you know. So why fight over a game?
Cool. By the way, do you guys have a ballpark? Like, is there a goal as far as how much publicity you want? Like, what if you guys? Is there any speedrun that has 1 million views yet on YouTube?
First of all, could you like type that word ballpark? I think I don't know what this word is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lead, help me reword that for me.
What was the question again?
I asked him if he is he expecting some kind of ballpark on how many views this task could reach. Like, is it possible that is there any speedrun that could reach 1 million views on YouTube yet, or could this be one of them?
There are a couple. I know there's at least one on Nico.
Yeah, 16 stars by Riku has like, well, we're not expecting any, you know, view counts go or anything, because we don't know if it will go viral or anything, but we want at least, you know, 200k views maybe, I don't know. But if people like share it on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, you know, all these websites, it's the only way to get the view count up. But no, we are not looking for any number. We just want the more people to see it and enjoy the run. Yeah, 21 million, you see that video, but it went viral like because it was in the earlier days of tazing and people didn't know what a taz was back then.
By the way, try one of Arn's tasks actually has over 1 million.
Wow, really?
Like the SM64 DS Taz by MK-TAS'er, this one has like 2 million, I think. But yeah, not such a big deal, but still.
Well, dude, I'm confident this could easily reach. Well, if that one reached 21 million, I'm confident this could reach 50 million. Dude, no, I'm
It's
so,
just
I'm so
a matter
serious.
of going viral.
Yeah, just wait for some big event, some gaming event to make this relevant, and totally will happen, dude.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope those Google ad dollars like pay for your effort and then some.
Yeah,
Sustain
but
you guys for the rest of your lives.
yeah, but like I said, some guy pointed out in the chat like earlier on, like, why don't you get a job instead of this? Well, of course we enjoy, you know, we enjoy doing what we do, and of course we're not doing it in expecting money in exchange, you know. I mean, you won't do like $10,000 off of a Super Mario 64 Steam run. But yeah, if we can do like some, like $50 each, we will be happy.
You'd be surprised. Sig makes that in a day.
Yeah, but again, he's on Twitch and it's not the same thing as YouTube.
I'm trying to think here. Okay, there was another question. Okay, so a lot of us here are actually a little bit ignorant to tasking in general. So you always use a keyboard, right?
No. Well, yeah, we use a keyboard for the save states, but I personally use like the TS input plugin for Mutant. It's like that little box with a joystick and all the inputs. It allows you to make more precise angles and stuff like that. You will never Taz on a controller or a keyboard, you know, because you want really precise inputs. So you have to have this little plugin that goes with Mutant.
It's keyboard plus mouse.
Okay, so this plugin lets you like take a picture of a control stick and rotate it exactly, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In layman's terms, yes.
Okay, cool. So like, you know, if you wanted like 36.9 degrees counterclockwise at blah 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 motion.
Yeah, you can set it to whatever position you could actually move an analog stick.
Yeah, actually the N64 analog stick has 256 different positions. So like each and every frame you can test one of those 256 angles.
Oh my god. And how often did you have to do that for some of these angles? Like test every, or test, like, oh, let me wind back here, okay. Like, I'm sorry, go ahead, Lee.
Let's just go with a lot.
Okay, that
Like,
was
I saw him test live, and it's very in-depth.
Yeah, it's in depth and it's time consuming too, but with the help of the memory hacking software, like to view all the addresses and stuff, it makes things much easier to optimize, but still you have to optimize usually each and every frame, like update your angle and do frames on do the inputs on the first possible frames and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like, if people want an example, like a 15-second star can take about 4,000 re-records in our case. So like that's about, if you know what a re-record is like when you load a save state and go back and redo, it's like little pieces all thrown in together to give a big result at the end. So 4,000 records, that would take about, like, I don't know, 7 hours, 8 hours maybe. So depending on the star, you have to work each and every frame out and make the best out of it.
Okay, here's another question. When you're doing backwards long jumps, some of them you pause the game, I'm assuming, to add extra input. Could you explain that for me?
Pardon, I didn't hear you well.
I'm sorry.
I could explain it, actually.
Oh, okay.
You only have 30 frames of input every second. So one frame you press the button, the other frame you release the button, and you keep alternating between that. You can only input 15 times per second at 30 input frames per second. By pause buffering, you can input every frame per second because you're releasing on an inactive frame.
Yep, that's a good explanation, actually.
Wow, okay.
Couldn't have done better myself.
So in general, we pause when we need to do like some fucking serious BLJ-age.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it.
The deal is you don't want to pause BLJ every time, because pausing actually wastes 3 frames because, you know, the pause menu pops up and everything. So usually you want to just pause BLJ at the end of a BLJ, just to get that extra speed you need, but not like buffer all the way through, if that makes sense.
Oh, it does. That's so awesome. Okay, cool. I'm trying to think. I had another question from that question, but I'm trying to remember what the question was. 1 second.
If I danced, yeah, I cried tears of joy.
Oh, okay, alright, so in general with TAS'er here, I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with save states, where you can like save and reload wherever you are instantly. Give me a ballpark here. When you're actually working on this task, how many save states do you have ready at your disposal to reload segments to test new things out with different angles and whatnot?
Okay, yeah, it's different for each and every TAS'er, but I personally use 5 save states when I'm doing a star, like just, you know, current save states that I use while tazing, and I also have the first 4 are for, you know, I do one at the beginning of stage. I do a save state for my PB, like my best start time that I want to improve. In case I don't improve it, you want to, you know, reload it to like know what on each frame you're ending, and the other 2 I use for Basically testing angles and just quick changing angles. Like each and every time I update my angle, I just quick reload, save reload, and see which is the best. But we also have external save states, like for playing back the 120 stars. You don't want to play it back all the way from the beginning each and every time. So we have save states like for GRB, HMC. At each and every beginning of each and every stage, we have a save state just in case we
Every
want to go back.
checkpoint, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Every checkpoint. Yeah. So I use all 9 save states on my keyboard, but usually I just use 4 or 5 at the same time.
5 is actually going to be my guess.
I'm actually I'm not gonna. Again, I was super ignorant to the whole to how many you did use, but I thought you're gonna give me a number like, oh, I have like 50, and I just like I map different ones to F1 through. I don't know. I don't know. I thought you were gonna have like a higher number than just 5, but that's crazy though.
Some games would need that, but SM64 is more like do it.
Yeah, also SM64, the way we do it is like you do a star and then you move on. So as long as you're just tazing 1 star at a time, you can just go ahead, do the star, and then just clean all your save state and start over with the next star.
Well, I've gotten a very thorough understanding. So the other question I have now isn't really too relevant to the TAS. TAS is amazing, but can you give us some insight here? What's the concerning TAS's? What is the status on? I want to say Dolphin. Like, is anyone really working on Dolphin speedruns yet? Is it emulated?
Oh yeah, the guy Ababob, he's in the chat with a red nickname. He's working on Wind Waker TS. But myself, I'm working on Super Mario Sunshine and Super Monkey Ball 2. But yeah, Dolphin has come a long way. The tazing is much better than before. It's used to like desync a lot and crash, but it's actually more stable than N64, I think, right now, because a lot of developers are working on it, and it's really an active project. So yeah, expect more GameCube and Wii tazes this year on tsvideos.org.
I'm sorry. So wait, are you teasing us with the eventual Mario Sunshine TAS?
It's
Yes.
it's not really far right now, but we will clearly work on it someday. So yeah, I'm done with SM64, but I'll move on to Sunshine probably.
And if you give it like 2 or 3 more years, you may even see some 360 and PS3 emulators popping up.
I don't know, man. I know a lot of Japanese people are working on PlayStation 2 recording, and it actually seems like it's pretty good. I don't know, but they seem to again keep their project secret, and they don't release a lot of updates on it, but it seems to work pretty good. I love PS3 and 360. I don't know if we will see those anytime soon, but I assume 3DS might be in the development or something. But yeah, I would definitely want to watch some 360 TAS'ers in the next years, if that's possible.
Okay, what tasks that's currently in production are you looking forward to yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. Of course, the Super Mario World 96 exit. Also, Wind Waker. If Ababa can move his ass, but I know it's very hard to do, and it's a very long project. Also, I'm looking forward. How's it called? Yoshi's Island 2, of course. By Carl Sagan and his friends, and I'm looking forward. Well, I'm not looking forward much, because when I look for the project, I usually do it. Like if I want to see a game task, I don't ask people to do it. I do it myself. But I'm definitely looking forward more GameCube tasks like Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2 and all those good games. I don't have any project in mind, but
Dude, that's really cool. Now you just mentioned so there's a new 96 exit Super Mario World 1 task in progress.
oh yeah, and it's crazy, man. Somebody released the whip in the thread. But all the games you can check them out in the forums of tasvideos.org. But yeah, the recent whip was like, I don't know, 24 exit. It's damn crazy, man. Like all the memory corruption and shit. It's really impressive to watch, and yeah, I'm definitely the completed project.
Dude, is the whip public?
Yeah, it is. It's on YouTube.
Can somebody link the?
Top of it.
Yeah.
Oh, legit. Okay, well, alright. Well, Nahoc, feel free to leave if you have to leave, but I'm definitely digging an after party with the new 96 exit whip viewing while we're here. You know, all this task swag right now.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll be here for a while.
Okay, I had another question. Okay, so you just named the 96 exit. What was the other one you were looking forward to besides that?
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker, dude. Tell me about that, man. Tell me what's going on with that.
Well, I don't know much. Adabab knows much more than me, but I just think it's a cool game with all the super spinning and all the how do you call that, storage and everything. So, you know, I watch Cosmo speedrunning this game very often, so I'm looking for the TS, of course, because it will shave a lot of time over the speedrun. But yeah, I know it's not coming out anytime soon, but I just want to give shoutouts to Adabab and encourage him to, you know, work on it and finish what he has so far, and stop going back, okay? Because it's stupid. Just finish what you have.
That's really, really cool, man. Well, let me see here. What was oh, okay. All right. So, well, okay. I have a really good question for the final wrap up question, but let me make sure I don't have any other questions before I ask that question. Hold on one second. I'm trying to think here. There's something else I'm forgetting here about TAS'er that I wanted to ask about. Okay, kind of a cheesy question, but like, how did you get into tasking? Did you originally have interest in speedrunning normally, and ultimately tasking came to be, or you always wanted to task from when you first got into the interest in it, or what?
Okay, well, I'm 19 years old right now, and 6 years ago, I watched, you know, the usual 16-star TS that came out that year. It was by Spitzacher, his name is, I think, and I was, you know, thrown away. I thought like everyone that somebody was really playing the N64 and was fucking destroying the game. And of course I fell on tsvideos.org and read about tazing and everything. And I'm not a huge fan of speedrunning, like on, you know, real-time speedrunning, and I'm not really good at it, but I love tazing because it allows you to, you know, use your mind and creativity, and it's really relaxing. And since I'm a patient guy, I like to, you know, make something perfect, and I'm really perfectionist. So yeah, I just got into SM64 because I thought it was the most, you have the most freedom in that game. Like you can do basically anything, and it has a lot of place for creativity, and there are a lot of glitches, and it's fast paced, and I thought it was the perfect game, and I just got hooked on. And the community is pretty awesome too. Like I've made so many good friends. You know, Sonic Packer, timesavers, all the cool guys, and we, you know, just getting back from school and checking out YouTube. So is there anything new in SM64? And since the discoveries, man, there are sort of discoveries on that game that each and every day you would have something new, and it's just so active. Like everyone has ever played SM64, so everyone knows about SM64. So I thought it was the perfect game, since it's really popular and a lot of people follow that game. So I thought it was the best. Of course, at first I was really bad, and it took me like 3 years to actually do something worth watching in SM64 because I wasn't really as good as other. But yeah, the more you practice and the more you test, the better you get. Also, shoutouts to TAS'er. That guy started like 5 months ago, and he's one of the best. So, you know, some people pick it up more easily than other. But yeah, so far been playing for 6 years, and I don't regret anything. I think I had so much fun. So it's one of my favorite hobby to Taz, and it's really fun to see that people are still following the Mario 64 Tazes.
Well, here's another one. Okay, so I have some brief experience with tasking myself, but it wasn't using frame advance. It was just using like save states and playing Yoshi's Island at like 10% speed. And one thing I think I've realized is that those who do tasks to the level that you do enjoy math. Is that am I getting that vibe here? Or math and organizing, like organizing things? Is that would you agree with that or not really?
No. I hate maths, to be honest.
They're more masterminds than mathematicians.
Well, you have so many, aspects in tazing. Like, a lot of people build bots, like, robots. Like, for RPGs and everything, you have to love math because there is a lot of, algorithm and a lot of probabilities. But, SF64 is just pure speed, you don't have to think much about anything like that. But, yeah, as for the math part, TAS'er was the math guy of the group. Like, with all the programming and left manipulation, he probably enjoyed mathematics more than I do. But yeah, you have to love about video games, of course, but programming and a bit of mathematics, of course, if you want to figure out good angles and optimizing your speed. But I'm not a huge fan of mathematics in general. But as long as you stick video games next to it, I guess it's okay.
All right, and here's the final epic question here, or it's kind of like a two-parter. So, one is I think you kind of getting away from the fact that English is your second language. That what country do you live in?
He's from Quebec.
All right, okay, and do you ever have plans to come attend Awesome Games Done Quick? Is that a...
Yes, I would love to. I would love to meet, all my SM64 buddies. I never met any of them in real life, so I'm definitely looking forward to, meet Sonic Backer, or I know Silence Players. He lives in Nova Scotia, which is about 16 hours from where I live, so I might visit him one day or another. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward attending Awesome Games Done Quick one day. I don't have any money right now since I'm in university and apartment, food and everything, but I'll definitely try to meet you guys and everybody who loves SM64 in real life.
Dude, that would be fucking epic. Absolutely cannot wait, man. Well, I'll look forward to it.
It's fun, like people like, I don't know if you know Dennis Ballo and Ronnie Ballo. Those two guys, they are like brothers, and they do tazing, like together. It's really crazy, like to think that you and your brother would love the same thing, and they're both really good. So that's impressive, and I just wish I had somebody to talk about SM64 every day in real life. But yeah, I don't have that chance.
Forever alone.jpj.
Well,
I know that feel, bro.
Well, I am so happy everyone stuck around for this fucking amazing interview. Shout outs to you guys, the viewers, for enjoying this glorious task and showing interest in tasking in general. And like super shout outs to Nahoc here for fucking making this interview a reality. I think everyone here learned a lot in general here about the task. A lot of useful insight, and it's really good to hear that you know that there's you guys are human beings, and that this beautiful artificial product is more human than anyone else ever expected. I don't know. It sounded kind of corny, but whatever. I'm gonna roll with it.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Dude, definitely. So
thank you for watching also.
So one more time here, let's go ahead and recap all of the plugs and shout outs before we move on to the after party.
Pardon me?
I'm gonna recap all the places that everyone who's viewing now should definitely follow, like your Twitter and whatnot.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So first thing first, you should know that Nahoc was one of the lead authors on the 120-star task. So you should. You should follow his Twitter. Sonic Pack was also one of the lead authors. You should follow his Twitter. And MK Dasher, I just accidentally overwritten, I think. Oh, never mind. Yeah, follow all three of them.
Also, if you want, sometimes I do some live tazing on Twitch, so if you're interested in seeing what it is and how it works, you can also like tune in when I stream if you want to see how it looks.
Definitely do that. And of course, this chip in here, if you guys enjoyed everything here, 5 years of effort, I can't even fathom how many hours total this took here, but if you were entertained by it, I think it's in your interest to definitely show them some donation love. I mean, I would love to. I consider like the least we all could do to encourage these guys to continue doing it, because we enjoy it so much. I mean, it's like Christmas every time I see a new SM64 task in any category come out, whether it be 0-star, 16-star, 70-star, 120-star. I think they're all fantastic. And this, of course, applies to tasks in general here, but like especially SM64, because I see the thing gets updated so many times. So definitely show them some love if you have if you can spare it. But at this point, though, if you guys are ready to move on to the after party,
Yeah, sure.